Good afternoon, gentle listener. Welcome to the 7th cycle. This is episode 6. Rain falls upwards. Well, since we're in a new place, let's start this off with day 1. So the grass is being weird. Yep, it's being weird again. Do you know how I said how nice and purple it was? Well, they're not anymore. They darkened and now they're a really muddy yellow. It's almost as if the ground saturates itself in that murkiness, and then randomly all the water is ripped out of the ground, and that beautiful lake in the distance, all of it pulled upwards and funneling up into the once pure, now murky white sky. The twisting and twining continues for a while, almost if it's turning itself into... I can't remember which one's the right name. Either a hurricane, a cyclone, typhoon. Depends where in the world you're asking, doesn't it? But then the water droplets suspend and reach and grab for each other, and then it turns into an insectoid creature, very angry looking, mouths long and pointed. I think Simon's talked about them before. Mosquitoes? I think that's the word he used. It doesn't sound like a real word to me, but Simon. And it kind of looks like I've pissed them off. Fuck. That's bad, really, because all of the water is now them in a kind of... hive's not the right word. In a kind of swarm, all making them their way towards me. That's fun. I check my pockets for anything, really. Anything that might help. And in a small bag tied to my belt is this green crystal. Smooth and nicely faceted, so it's this long, thin kind of clock face. Instead of showing time as a clock face does, there's just one hand that keeps going left to right, left and right, left and right. Very sporadically, keeps bouncing backwards and forwards, and the swarm is closing in. I think Simon said that they consume blood. Fun. I can't really beat them off with this and like a hunting knife. And then it starts to glow and hover a few millimeters above my hand. I've never really seen this before, except when Simon was messing with these things called magnets. But it is floating, and it starts to glow. Not a green like you would expect, But, well, it's close enough to green to count this yellowish colour. Kind of fractures around the edge, looking like one of Meredith's cake decorations. Huh. There's no time to think on that. And then it bursts with fragments of this gemstone jutting out and flying into these creatures, piercing through their abdomens. But it misses one. And I'm still so caught up in this massive explosion of shards and fractals until pain hits, stabbing right into my arm. Ow. The dizziness starts to push in again. And this thing, this solid water, not ice, definitely not ice, solid water being, just sat there on my arm, drinking away. And the world fades out and then back in again and then out again and then back in again. And the grass looks purple, the sky bright white, the lake full and full of life. But it's yellow again. Everything's yellow. And then it's not again. It's the purples, the whites, the evergreen lake. And it's yellow. And then I fall. This creature still attached to my arm. Fall and fall and fall and fall. It should be ground at some point, right? That's the thing, when falling, you should hit ground at some point. But it's just me and this creature in the yellow. But it's purple and it's white and it's green, but the yellow. Pulling and pulling out of me yellow. That's not the colour of blood. Blood's red, we all know that. But it's yellow. And then it's green, and then it's white, and then it's purple, and then it's yellow again. Yellow. It's yellow again. But the yellow's not yellow. It's white and purple and green and red and blue and indigo. But it's yellow. It has to be yellow. 'Cause that's what this place is, it's yellow. It's yellow. That's what this place is, it's yellow. And then